lyrics have been changed. जिंदगी एक सफर है सुहाना, यहाँ कल क्या हो हमने जाना. That is possible through the AI smart mapping of life informatics for a blissful and coexistence living. So our vision is to create AI-powered life informatics map, which is a unified intelligent platform that integrates the outer health data with the inner consciousness mapping, which enables us for a blissful living and harmonious coexistence for the individuals and community. So we are entering into a new era where technology is not only just for efficiency, but it is for human flourishing and coexistence. And in 21st century, we know that technology has transformed the social good in the sectors of healthcare, education, and rural development. But this transformation is there in the, you can say, independent level. So the current challenge is that these technology interventions are there, but they are working in silos. So the parameters of outer physical health, they have never been correlated with the deeper dimensions of inner consciousness. So to break this silos, we have to integrate the data from the outer physical health with the inner consciousness health to have a better and, you can say, the complete human well-being. So let us now understand this, that the technology has impacted our outer health by developing a lot of medical devices. So human beings, they have now encouraged to track their vitals, to maintain their health, to improve their health. The various physiological, you can say, devices, they can map their blood pressures, oxygen level, glucose, they can have the biochemical parameters, they know their activity, their sleep patterns and everything, and they can even know the environmental aspects, like what is the air quality, what is the UV and all that. But and at the same time, technology has also impacted, or you can say enhanced, the study of consciousness, emotions and mental states. Through various technologies, like we can map the stress resilience and emotional balance scores. We can have the neurochemical profiling, we can have dermatoglyphics and cognitive potential mapping, and of course we can use the technology for meditation and mindfulness. So there are so many, you can say, enhancement of all these antahakarana, you can say, antahakarana parameters through the technology. Technology has also impacted our social cultural environment, like we can have the population index, we can have the pollution index, we can have the waste, energy resources, all these things are there with us. The data is there for all these three different sectors, but they are never being integrated together to have a holistic, picture, or to have a holistic well-being of human being. So now through AI, this is possible through the digital integration of all these parameters, and we can get the holistic picture. And yes, of course, we can work toward the sustainability by developing the more and more consciousness into a human being. So the way we are inside, the way we are outside. So as we know that our physical health, mental health and emotional health, they impact how we feel in our surroundings. So if we are happy, if we are perfectly fine physically, mentally and emotionally, we feel blissful, we feel empowered, we feel balanced, and we feel aware, and we feel connected to the social and environment. And it creates the harmony in us. And it also fulfills the 5P goals, that is the people, planet, peace, prosperity, and prosperity is there. Partnership. Yeah, the last one is the partnership. So there needs to be a partnership among all these parameters. So all the health outer physical parameters we can measure, but the cognitive and the emotional and the mental parameters we cannot measure. So for that we do the mapping things. And in the mapping things we do the DMIT, the mapping of mind by birth. This is by birth. And then we have the psychometric test. This is based on your surroundings and how you are being developed, how you are getting impacted by your surroundings. Then we have the Rorschach test and the imagination test, which is going to have the neurological aspiration, what you can do. Your futuristic assessment can be done on the basis of these technology. So with the vision of technology with humanity, we have now integrated the fragmented data of our outer and the inner antahakarana to have a unified system to develop the life informatics for the, you can say, for the sustainable coexistence oriented communities. And again, they're fulfilling our SDG goals and the national digital, they're aligned with the national digital health missions and digital India. So we are working on the physical layer, on the aspects using the biosensor and health data. We are also working on the neurochemistry and consciousness mapping using working on the inner layer and combine the two with the third one, that is the social layer. Through the AI, we are getting the life informatics map. So mind, society and body together, they are going to give you the life informatics. So what is basically life informatics? Life informatics, it is a mapping of my birth quotient with my lifestyle and working style and aligning with my life purposes. That means helping me in my daily basis for growth and happiness. See, you have birth one side and you have death, and in between you have a long life. And knowing the path of your life is your life informatics. And why it is important and for whom it is important. So I must say, it is important for everybody, or every strata, for every age, for person of every age. So if you are young, if you are a child, you can use the life informatics to know how to start happily. If you are young age, you can use the life informatics to how to live happily. And if you are not so young, I'm sorry to say, if you're not so young, if you're old, you can use life informatics to how to die happily. So it works for everyone, and this is one-stop solution for everyone. So now what is our contribution in this? So we are contributing in both the sectors. We are contributing in the outer health and the inner health. So in the outer health, as we know that there are many devices coming up, so we are working on developing the biosensors. This is my chemistry work, which is being done in my university, and this is the inner data, the consciousness, emotional and mental states. I have been doing this with an organization called iSmart Life, which does the mapping of Antahakarana through the various techniques, dermatoglyphics, Manas, Chitta, Buddhi, Ahankara, all these mappings will be done using the various techniques. And I must say that in this inner consciousness mapping, we map 4 parameters plus 18 more parameters using the dermatoglyphics and other techniques. Using many psychometric tests and many, you can say, face reading and other, we can even study the neurological aspiration if you don't even know what you want to be. But through these mappings, we can map what you are good at and what your DNA is, what your neurological system wants you to become. So that is very important nowadays to get the complete mapping of your life. So this is the iSmart Life Foundation, which is a brainchild of Dr. Vijay Bhatkarji. He's a chief mentor of this, and the founder chairman is Dr. Mahesh Luar. I'll be coming to this later. Let me just show you that how we have developed the nanomaterial based biosensors. Quickly, I just want to show you that we have developed the nano.zirconium trisulfide based highly efficient biosensor for early diagnosis of lung cancer. It is so sensitive that you can detect the lung cancer even at the first stage. We further enhance it by and make it more cheaper, biocompatible, and more economical by converting this biosensor on a cotton thread that you can wrap around your wrist, and anytime, anywhere you can check your level of these, you can say, chemicals which indicates the lung cancer. So we have used the CKAP protein for that, and presently we have been actually working on the cortisol hormone, which is a stress biomarker, and it directly correlates with our neurological disorders. So these are the slides, and this is one of the schematic illustration where we have shown the fabrication of the biosensor based on ITO, how we connected the nanodots with all the linkers and the anti-CKP4 protein. Then this is the schematic representation of fabrication of thread-based biosensor. So I will not be going into the details, but I would like, this is the fabrication of cortisol biosensor. I just want to show you that how the sensitivity has enhanced from ITO to the thread-based biosensor, and for the cortisol we are doing working on this to enhance the sensitivity and gain the shelf life of this. So now coming back to the consciousness mapping, all the priorities, they can be improved by using this mapping tools. I would just like to show you the reports which we obtained from this. As we know that, I would like to discuss this dermatoglyphics techniques because this is based on the fingerprints, and the fingerprints start developing from the 13th week of gestation period, which is the same period when the brain also starts developing. So there is a direct correlation with our brain and the fingerprints, and it is not a palmistry, it is actually science. And there is a technology that by studying the fingerprints you can identify the various lobes and their function in the brain. So even if the child is 1 month old, you can map its fingerprints and you can get to know what kind of the cognition, the intelligence, the emotional preferences the child has. Okay, so these are the functions. I won't be going into the detail, but I would like to tell you that if there are no fingerprints, that means there is no brain. So this is this is basically a disease called Down syndrome, and science has proven that the child whose brain is not developed, their fingerprints are also found undeveloped. So very, you can say it is a direct correlation with the brain and this. So through your fingerprints you can directly map it, and this is the kind of report you get from that analysis. You will get to know what is the total finger rich count. So in which category you fall, need special learning, need step up learning, need more inspiration, and if you got score above 200, you are outstanding, you can do anything. So by getting this report, you can improve your child, you can nurture your child, and even you can nurture yourself. Even at this stage also, if you get to know that you are capable of more than what you are doing, so that you can do wonders by getting this report. And you can also get your interpersonal intelligence, so many parameters, logical intelligence, kinesthetic, linguistic, so many parameters there. You can get your intelligence quotient, emotional, adversity quotient, how you tackle the adverse situation, this creative quotient, creativity quotient. So you can get all these, and you can even get the career options which is more suitable for you. So this is, you can say, a very good solution, and this is how the report comes out. So quickly I am going to summarize it, that with a vision of using the technology with humanity to from a fragmented system to a unified system, we get a life informatics map, and with our belief that true well-being emerges when the body health, mind health and the societal harmony are aligned. By merging scientific analytics with the human consciousness insights, the life informatics map can empower people to live with purpose, health and harmony, unlocking the possibility of blissful coexistence. And it also fulfill our social responsibility that we are meeting the 3 UN Sustainable Development Goals for good health and well-being, quality education and sustainable community. And it also goes in alignment with the National Digital Health Mission and Digital India. So by this code, when health, mind and purpose are mapped together, technology stops being just smart, it becomes wise. I'm closing my talk, and these are the future goals. We are going to continue in the development of the biosensor for neurological disorders, aging and cancer. And here we are going to connect the neurochemistry with the inner consciousness. So we are open for the collaboration. So anybody who is interested, they are most welcome. And thank you so much. Thank you, Team Crips. And I must thank Professor Ashutosh Sharma ji to give me this platform, inviting me here so that I can interact with all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.